Namaste, my dear friends. I'm Lisa Grail. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to share with you my thoughts regarding topics of possibility of life extension and immortality. Topics that I have been very actively studying from all sides lately. And I think that it's not a secret for anyone that scientists found out that the human bodies are designed for at least 160 years of life. But a lot of factors affect the prolongation of life. And nowadays, even 80 years is considered a very long life. In the conditions of modern stress, a long life becomes even more difficult. Therefore, in our time, I believe that the primary task of each person is the ability to control their actions, their emotions, their thoughts, actions, and therefore reality. We don't know much about our real abilities, believe me, which can be explained by quantum mechanics. And these abilities are strictly denied and discredited by official science. We can influence the space of our life directly through certain states of consciousness and the frequency of our brain. We have an astral, mental, ether bodies which also affect our physical body. People are used to believing that they are victims of circumstances, but it's true only as long as we believe it's true. And I came to the conclusion that there are certain conditions for a very long life in healthy young body. The first and most important is erasure of agent program from our consciousness. Like any other mental program, agent is also program. We ourselves program ourselves for some specific stages of life because society conditions us, putting us in a very limited lifetime frame. Says at what age what should happen, and we on subconscious level set up our life script in such a way that ourselves, even regardless from what kind of life we lead, obey these programs and grow old. If a person is convinced that, for example, 30 years old is like 90, then at 90 he will look like 30-year-old. For this, you need to implement such belief in your subconsciousness unquestioningly, and not just convincing yourself. There should be no doubt. According to your faith, be it done unto you. I know that there are people who live for 500 years and even for 800 years. These are not fairy tales. But of course, these people are not public, and I understand them perfectly. However, I know people who live without food and liquids for a long time and have contacted such people. Believe it or not, according to your faith, be it done unto you. The second factor for at least very long life is minimizing stress, because under the influence of stress, we destroy our bodies much faster. It's not a secret that, for example, cortisol is an extremely toxic substance that is secreted by our adrenal glands as a reaction to stress. So, the next point follows from this, which is extremely important. This is enlightenment. Life in the moment, a complete restructuring of the work of our brain, our consciousness. The psyche after enlightenment is used to concentrate only on current tasks and is free from chaotic thoughts. If we live in the past, we get depressed, spin the same traumatic memories in our heads like a broken record. If we live in the future, we are in constant anxiety because the future is uncertain, especially nowadays. The whole world is pushing us towards enlightenment now. I'm convinced that all catastrophes, pandemics, wars occur only in order to awaken people. Well, and the last point of the condition for prolonging youth or life in your body as much as you want is to get rid of food addiction and fluids. Why I'm talking about this? Because food wears out the organs of our body. I think you will agree with this. After all, we constantly spend energy on processing food and clog our bodies. And at least long food breaks and more rare meal will help us cope with this task. However, if the psyche of person is unstable, such person will never get rid of food. It calms him down like a mother's breast in infancy. This is the most powerful program. And for some people, food, unfortunately, is the only joy in life. That is why only after enlightenment it's possible to switch to non-eating. I was convinced of this on my own experience because after spiritual awakening, food itself began to fall off gradually. Now, I have come to such types of nutrition that are inaccessible to an ordinary person. He would begin to lose weight rapidly and weaken. I believe that life without food and development of consciousness is a natural step in humans' evolution. It's even logical. For our planet, people have become real parasites. They waste so much spent resources to maintain the production of food industry. slaughterhouses, and so on. And it's not surprising that we see what we see. Change has to start within each one of us. Not eating is an exit to a new level of consciousness and self-perception. It's a real thrill for me because the sensitivity of the body opens up, and with a stable lifestyle with very small food intake and developed consciousness, person discovers some superpowers. In Hinduism, they call these super abilities Siddhi, which, in my opinion, is only our basic settings, which should be available to every person. Or at least we can dedicate our lifetime to what we really love without spending time on digestion, buying products, cooking, going to the toilet, and getting sick, because a lot of diseases are caused by food intake. Without food addiction, psyche becomes more calm, the mood is joyful, we feel energetic. If you don't have dependence on food, you become free and the power of your consciousness increases many times over. So these are points that I can highlight as conditions for longevity and even immortality. But of course, each point should be uncovered more detailed. If you are interested in starting to work with your mind and you need help, information, then welcome to personal consultations or 40-day Kundalini Yoga Marathon, where you not only work with your body every day, but also receive my support and information, which I receive more and more each day. I also suggest you to clean the body on natural herbs. I work with naturopathic doctor. More details about this program you can find in playlist Alchemy of Health. You may find all the details on my services in the description via tap link. Thank you very much for your attention. Stay true and kind. The rest things, never mind. Bye.